When Quentin sent me the script, he told me, he wanted me to read this guy Steven, and I kept reading, going, well, where is he? Because the script was so long, and then when he finally shows up, it's kind of like, oh, okay. And script's great, and I called him back, said, so, 15 years too late to play Django, but now you want me to be the most hated Negro in cinematic history. He's kind of like, yeah, that's the job. I'm like, okay, I'm down with that. Having never been in, the acting arena together before, we've seen each other socially, and, we know each other. It was great to start the rehearsal period when we were sitting around a table reading, to find out, how much he knew about the South, how much he knew about that dynamic between master and slave or whatever. And as we continued to read and develop what was going on there, he sort of took a cue from me in that, okay, I'm kind of like a father figure, and I can lead you into places or try and be this kind of Machiavellian character that allows you to do what you do, and I run the plantation. And the plantation's essentially mine. And I take orders from you in front of people, but really, we know how this whole thing works. But he was very open to that dynamic and allowed it to work and form to what we eventually see on screen. Because sometimes the stuff that happens once we got into costume and makeup and everything else was nothing like what we did in rehearsal, just because the magic of being in that space kind of made it very different. I think maybe the first time he's actually used original music. He usually finds stuff that came out of his record collection or stuff that he's heard or stuff that he just wants to kind of make dissonant to what's actually happening. So it was very interesting that he used this original music, but a lot of it came from people who saw the trailer, like John Legend saw the trailer and just all of a sudden wrote this song because he wanted to be a part of this thing. And Jamie ran into Rick Ross at the BET Awards, and he came back to New Orleans with him, and as he watched, he had an album that was named after a spaghetti western, and Quentin talked to him, they knew each other, and next thing you know, he's on the soundtrack. So he figures out a way to contemporize and make the film relevant to an audience that it wouldn't ordinarily be relevant to.